Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm doing a review on the Ultimatum Boxing Reload boxing gloves. So stay tuned. Hey, what's up guys? Carlo here, and today I'm doing a review on the Ultimatum Boxing Reload boxing gloves. I got mine in the red and black colorway. It's a Velcro closure only glove, and I decided to get mine in 16 ounces. You can get this anywhere between 12 and 16 ounces, and they do have several colorways when it comes to this particular model. Now, Ultimatum Boxing is a company based out of Moscow, Russia. It's been a couple years since I did a review on a pair of their gloves a couple of years ago, which were definitely solid gloves, but there was a lot to be desired when it came to the comfort, especially with the thumb on the glove, and they felt really stiff. But I know that Ultimatum has really evolved over the years too, and hopefully I get a chance to try out and review their Class A gloves, which I believe are actually handmade there in their Moscow, Russia factory, and they even have ones that are a little bit more higher end than that in the 400, I think 420 or $470 price range, which are made with Italian leather. So I definitely know that they're stepping it up in that regard. This Reload glove is actually their entry-level glove. So it's a glove that they made for those of you that are just getting into the sport of boxing, don't want to spend a lot of money, and kind of the performance and the feel of this glove kind of reflects that. Now, when you're looking at the glove, I believe this is either made in Pakistan or China. When I looked inside, there was no actual tag that indicated it, nor was there anything on the packaging, but it does use a synthetic leather type material on the outside that is actually really nice quality. It has a much thicker feel to it. You can actually see there's a little bit of a texture and grain to the feel of this synthetic. I would definitely compare it to the synthetic that Rival uses in the RS100 training gloves or sparring gloves, which has a much thicker feel. Definitely a better grade and quality than like the synthetic Everlast gloves that you see. So you have that grainy, thick synthetic leather. It's a really simple, clean looking glove. It does have the Reload in rubber. This patch, and that's actually recessed into the actual Velcro strap right there. You have the black Velcro strap with the shiny, kind of almost like a patent leather style of piping. The strap itself is a 2-inch Velcro strap. It does utilize a multi-layer foam padding over the knuckle area, and you can definitely see it has much more of a, I'd say, medium to a softer composition when it comes to the foam. You do have an attached thumb right there. On the palm side is black. You have a grip bar that's a good size, ventilated holes as well on the finger compartment and in the thumb. You can see that they really put an emphasis into the depth of the finger compartment just by looking at it. Profile wise, the glove is not overly large or too small. I'd say it's right there in the middle. The cuff isn't too long as well, but you can really see they put an emphasis on being able to really curl your fingers over and make a nice tight fist. Opening the glove up, here is the Velcro strap and the wrist support. You also have a polyester nylon liner. At the back of the wrist, you have about 1 inch of medium density foam. The inside portion of the wrist compartment, I'd say you have maybe about 1/4 of an inch of foam that comes up to right about here. You can actually see the stitching pattern where it cuts off, as well as on this side it comes up to right about there. Quality wise, these gloves are pretty good overall. There are a couple of key issues I found with it, the one being the weight of the gloves. The right glove I believe came in at 15.1 ounces, and again this is advertised as a 16-ounce glove, and the left glove I believe came in at like 14.5 ounces. So they're about 1 ounce to 1.5 ounces underweight, and weight wise they're not on key with each other. The left glove is 1/2 ounce lighter than the right glove. So again, small issues with that. The other issue is going to be, even though there is some wrist support, you can see that the glove is unbalanced. It's pretty top heavy in that regard. So this midsection, you can see, has that floppiness that you really don't like to see when it comes to a boxing glove. You want something a little more streamlined. You can actually see that it does have kind of that folding bending point. But the plus signs, or the plus part about the glove, is going to be the synthetic is really nice quality, and overall the stitching is done really well. So, you know, I didn't have any issues with any of the stitching coming apart. You know, nothing that is glaring, like saying, okay, that's obviously something they missed during the manufacturing process of making this glove. So overall, it looks really good. The inside of the finger compartment as well, before I forget, on the right glove isn't bad, but the left glove, you can actually feel right in here that the material is either misstitched or, yeah, it just feels like there's like an extra flap. It's not even bunching up. I can't even really tell you how it feels. It just has like this little extra piece of cloth in this middle section that's really bunched up that is, you know, to me feels like it's almost like it's incomplete, like they didn't finish sewing on the inside portion right there. So those are the key issues when it comes to the overall quality of the glove. Other than that, it's pretty solid. Comfort of the glove, I already have the glove on. The glaring issue with the comfort is going to be the thumb, and that was probably the first thing I noticed when I put this glove on before I started using them was the thumb is awkward, and you can actually see just how it flares out, but more so is just this piping is super tight on my thumb. So even when I'm wearing my hand wraps, that makes it even worse. It kind of exacerbates the feeling of it being even tighter because you have your wraps on. But I wish that piping, one, was looser and was higher up. And what this ends up doing is that your thumb is kind of like a Reyes glove or some of those older Mexican gloves where your thumb is flared out. And why they do that, I'm not so sure. I mean, even when you curl and make a fist, it just feels really tight on that fat point. The depth of the thumb is good. I mean, it's nice and deep, so you know your finger doesn't jam at the tip. It's just an awkward shape, and it being tight right there to me is a big issue. So I can only imagine if you have bigger hands than me, or if you go with the lighter weight glove, like a 14 or even a 12-ounce glove, how tight this is going to be. I do love the depth of the finger compartment. It's almost a little too deep, and I know that's kind of hard to say, but you can see actually like my fingers don't even reach all the way down here. My fingers are like right here because of how deep that compartment is. But the good news is that you're able to land on those two front knuckles really, really well. So I'd say the main issue with comfort is going to be this thumb, that little bunching up in the finger compartment. The wrist support feels pretty good. Could be a little bit better, but outside of that, finger compartment isn't too wide, isn't too narrow, a little bit on the deep side. That's pretty much it when it comes to the comfort of this glove. Protection and performance. This glove gives you a good amount of feedback when you're wearing, you know, using this on the heavy bag because of the composition of the foam. Again, one thing I notice is when you land with this, because of how deep this compartment is, I feel like, you know, my knuckles are right there, right where they need to be at. There's no positioning that or repositioning that I need to do with this glove. But the thumb is definitely a big issue for me in terms of comfort, and it got so tight to where my thumb got numb and I just wanted to take the gloves off and not use them anymore. So other than that, good amount of shock absorption. You can feel your punches. So I definitely love the type of padding they use over the punch surface, which is kind of a good blend between protection as well as feedback if you're looking for some good pop. Cost-wise, these gloves come in at $55 US, and in my opinion, the performance reflects that. The only issue is that there's a lot of other gloves in that $55, $60, maybe even $70 price range that to me outperform this glove for what it is. So, you know, it's their entry-level glove from Ultimatum. I think they can do much better than this. I like the material they use on it. I like the look and the design of the glove. I just feel like they need to fine tune it. You know, the weight distribution, the thumb needs to be fixed, tweak the finger compartment a little bit, as well as streamline the liner on the inside. And I think they could do a really nice job and keep it, you know, relatively at a good price point for those of you that are looking to get an Ultimatum product, especially for those of you that are located overseas in Russia or in Europe. And this may be a more easily accessible glove to you compared to some other brands. That would be good to see that from Ultimatum, to where they can really perfect it and make a great glove. So again, this is their entry-level glove. I'm hoping I can get my hands on a pair of their Class A. I believe that's what they call them, the Class A gloves, which are handmade in Russia. And I think those are like those start at like $270, so they're definitely up there. And then the Italian leather ones are like at $470, so definitely not for the budget minded. So, but overall, a decent glove, just needs a couple of tweaks, and I'm sure they can make a much better product than this one. So if you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you guys leave them down below in the comments box. I'll put the link in the description box where you can find these Ultimatum Boxing Reload boxing gloves, and I'll see you guys later. Take care.